Alright, hello everyone! Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Welcome back to the memory core at the Temple of Space. Once again, all of like the glowy cubic stuff seems to really be a theme with everything to do with this place, the shades, the heavenly principles. And I'm still trying to decipher, like, I guess, the meaning, the deeper meaning behind all of this geometry. But yeah, we're getting deep into the story here in the Temple of Space. I will say I also did the Snezhnaya preview with the characters just dropped. I just watched it. I just got really sad realizing that the Tsaritsa's love and loss might actually have to do with her losing her child, which is actually the saddest thing. Because the strongest love, the most powerful bond ever, I think, is the bond between a mother and child. But you know what? I think we'll have plenty of time to discuss Snezhnaya in the future. We gotta get back to this story quest, or this world quest now. And, yeah. I think we finished collecting all of Zaitlin's belongings. We've freed all of the people that were punished by Milanta. We got into a lot of philosophical discussions with Historia about just the state of the world, nothingness and melancholy. Another thing I was wondering too, or not wondering, but just thinking about is so many of these like the Temple of Space, all of these like side maps, yeah, Enkanomiya, the Chasm, Memoria, Ancient Sacred Mountain, these were all like lively civilizations at one point in time, but by the time we get there, like nobody is alive there anymore. Like there's some animals and some monsters and some mechanisms, but like there's no people there anymore. It's all been long abandoned or everyone died. This is the first time we've been to one of these side realms where it feels like, wow, we're an adventurer going places no one's going before. But I guess that's what feels so weird about it, is that there's actually people here that casually talk to you about things and stuff. And it's cool because they're people from different civilizations and different eras. But it's just kind of very stark how this is like the first place we're actually meeting other people, and they just live here. We usually go to all these places where no one lives there anymore, but this is the first time we're in one of these places and they actually live here. Alright. But after that whole adventure finding Zaitlin's belongings and saving the people of the Temple of Space, I think it's time for us to see what Historia has next. It sounds like we're going to be trying to seek answers and the truth from Milanta, or from whatever is at the top of the tower here. Are you feeling rested? Have you talked to everyone you wanted to? Yeah. Very well. Zaitlin, calm down for a moment and hear me out. I have no wish to be disrespectful or to speak out of blind hope. Your sister may still be alive. I saw her gravestone. Right. You know what? This entire time I've been thinking I'm not sure Hilda's actually dead. Because how could she have gotten out, and who would be around to bury her at that gravestone? How do you even know there's a body under there? How do you know it's not just like she disappeared one day so they put a gravestone even though they didn't have her body? That's actually what I'm thinking, is she disappeared so they put a gravestone there because they presumed her dead. Actually, she went on this adventure here and was still alive. That's what I'm thinking. Her picture was right there. But isn't it possible that there's nothing buried within?
Paimon isn't wants that to be true, really. But isn't that kind of optimistic?
In the last letter she wrote me, my sister said she'd already decided to. That farewell wasn't written as a final goodbye, was it? She said she was going somewhere far away. She mentioned it to me before. She always wanted to travel the world before she got old. Hilda wasn't speaking figuratively. She really did leave the sanatorium and set off. She talked about that? She was always so bright. She got along with people easily. Then she probably never told you that we were all that the other had. Oh, they only had each other. Let me be honest. Let me be cold for a moment. If her leaving would have caused 3 or 4 people to grieve, that weight might have outweighed her sadness. But now, it's only me. She knew I'd understand, that I would forgive her for it. It's not like that. You shouldn't think of it that way. You don't have to feel sorry for me. When we were kids, our parents were still around and life was good. Those memories were enough to carry us forward. But growing up, the world gets hard. I've always been more introverted, and dealing with people at work really wears me out. I thought my sister, being so outgoing, would have it easier. But even she always looked exhausted once she grew up. You two still have a future. Oh, then she probably never mentioned her fiancé. Okay, well, you've never mentioned her fiancé either. He was just a good person, an ordinary one. Kind, interesting. Sometimes I wish he hadn't been. If he'd been a bad man, things might have been easier. His family had a hereditary illness, some strange disease. They never lived long. He'd joke about it sometimes, blame the animal archon for planning Mondstadt too well, so even a family like his never faded out. One day he said he was going to save the world, and then he left. Save the world. Well, the world's still turning, so maybe somewhere out there in a place no one noticed he really did. You know how you always say that if someone lives forever, can't love everyone and be loved back, the world would drown in sorrow? I think you're right. Which means a short life isn't even allowed that much. He wanted to give his life to love. And it only hurt my sister more. So much that she was sent to a sanatorium in the mountains. This very place beneath our feet. A place steeped in curses. She never told me any of this. I'm sorry. And knowing all that, you still think she's alive? I do. Because she did something here. And because of my fear, she was forced to live on. You have my respect, Historia, you really do. But I think you've seen too much suffering across history. Pain vast enough to drown the world. For someone as ordinary as me, even a small part of that is enough to bury an entire life. You can't truly understand my sister and I. So, how do I set foot on mortal earth once more? I'm just a short-lived little someone. And eternity isn't meant for me. Mr. Astoria? This place used to be completely cut off from the world above. There was no way in and no way out. But after Nihilita fell, Dex seemed to have gained the ability to carry people of the living world between the pillar hall and the surface. Even so, it cannot return those who were chosen to come here. It is a watcher in juvenile form, and that limitation is part of its nature.
Huh? You're saying Dex is the same kind of being as Nihilita?
Well, Paimon, you can see from the aesthetics. Oh my gosh, there's so much to unpack here after. I want to wait till the end of this conversation, though. If we want to go back down, there's only one way. We have to give up every memory we have, everything we know, and climb to the very top. In the past, that would mean meeting the mistress. Now, it would be Milanta. So, I can't go with you, but at least, let me see you off. Paradise. Lion's Celerity, leave with Saitland. Yeah. I mean, this is the first time we're actually, that's what I was wondering is, what actually, it has to be just more than the grief of losing her sister. But exactly what they had. A tragic backstory too. That Hilda was driven to despair by losing her fiancé, who never came back. That they sent her to the sanatorium, and like I said, it doesn't really seem like that conducive of an environment to really heal from that kind of depression or grieving, if that was the intent. Nor is that necessarily something that needs to be cured in that sort of way, but healed more naturally, of which, like I said, I just don't see it being a very conducive place for that to happen organically. And so, but If I had to take a guess, I'd say both Zeitlin and Historia might be right about her. That maybe she was that lost and sad, as Zeitlin remembers her. But maybe she found something here in her adventures, and that she is that cheerful and enthusiastic person that Historia knows. That this place helped her to regain some meaning to her life and have a future beyond her tragedies. What do you think? I don't know. But it's time for us to go now. And I suspect... Oh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The red cubes. Uh-oh. What happened? Everything's turning red. The way I use cubes for everything. Oh! Ceylon! No! No, not again! Not again! Ether! Oh, there's Milanta. Imagine that happening, like... Again. Why are we Hydro Traveler? Why Hydro? Go for it.
Hey, wake up! Hello. You said we watched the sunrise together. How are you still asleep?
Wait, is that Paimon's voice? Where did she go? First, the Mondstadt nostalgia event, where it's just Alice, you know, creating a movie of our memories. Now this is a lot more sinister. You know, the whole turning into cubes thing. Must be like, you know, a little traumatic for Ether. Definitely being sent back to this beach. Just like he did when he woke up. I don't really want to see that. Oh, the red. What? Okay. Yeah, that's not terrifying. No, please. Don't put the sand figures with dark fog and jump scare things. I don't want these things. If they move. No, I can't. Or not pass through this gate. They cannot let go of all their desires. No, please, this is horrible. Can I touch you? Oh. You let me just walk up to you like that? What's your deal? You know, it's scary, but just a jump scare thing, its hands like reach toward you. Like in first person. No, see, I don't want to see this. The way they script the story and do the shading and aesthetics really drives home the terror of being under the winds. In Sumeru, we believe that to enter the state of they call it heaven, it's truly hell in every sense of the word. This space is neither heaven nor hell, neither existence nor nothingness. Neither heaven nor hell. I've been calling it heaven, and I've been referring to hell. What, can I climb up here? Let me down. Let me down. No, leave more ink blot, people. What if I try to escape through the clouds? Oh, there's a barrier. Milanta's like, I'm doing this whole scary thing. Where are you going? Where are you going? Stick to the path. I'm sticking to the path, okay. It's the paper people. I've already let go of all my desires. Remember this state of mind forever. You no longer have any connection to the world. Well, if Milanta truly wants to keep everyone in stasis and everything the same forever, I'd say you do a pretty bad job letting things develop this far. But I guess that's the rivaling power of Milanta versus Nihilita, which is Nihilita allowed Dex to bring people back and forth between the Temple of Space and the real world, which introduced variables, evolution, change that Milanta doesn't want. And I guess Milanta can't necessarily rival Nihilita's power directly. Otherwise, I'm like, if you wanted things in stasis, how did you let things get this far? How did you let things develop like this, then? It must be because of Nihilita somehow. That you shall remain here forever. Why am I walking towards this? This is like... That is because you were unable to let go of your desires. This has, although it has a different energy, this is this game's Octo Expansion Blender moment. You know, I could totally be singing this. I mean, especially heading towards this red thing, right? That's literally what I'm thinking, heading towards this red cage.
Hey, wake up, hello!
And you hear the screams of the damned, of those being sliced to pieces and tortured to death. That's right. That's a kid's game. Destroy the obstacles. Attack to take down the obstacle. I need to be free. There we go. A long day in the mountains, chapter 2. Hell! You observe in stillness. Notice how thoughts arise and how the mind works. Yeah, cool. Anyway, can I... Look, it's not every day you get to be a tourist in hell, so hold on. Let me take my photos of this giant hand reaching out like that. And Dex gets to be in there. Hello, Dex. Dex waving to the giant hand. Hi. I love how there's a viewpoint. You know what? Viewpoint implies somebody has been here before, right? Because aren't all the viewpoints, a lot of the viewpoints have been written by somebody. This implies somebody has been here and left this. Of the vastness and infinitesimal. Well, that's very paradoxical. Yeah, teleport waypoint. That's right. Apathic interval. This is the place where those who are chosen to remain the Temple of Space must lose all of their desires, essentially be cleansed in a purgatory fire of sorts. Muranasati casket? Uh-oh.
Our little secret.
And of course, now the...
Think you can get away?
Gregorian chants have now turned into demonic chants.
Be cleansed.
How do we... Divine barrier of transcendent enlightenment. So the thing is, when people make it out, they're supposed to have lost all their desires. But what we see is, well, that guy put it in terms of, it's like the severing of the three deadly selves. It's like this, actually more like this cleansing and this purity, more than like the destruction of oneself. Because to me, I think that the loss of desires would actually lead to nothingness. But instead, it... Oh, Dex, come on, punch it! Punch it! Oh, it's just an eye. Yeah, punch it! This is like that one Kirby boss. Another children's game that is extremely scary.
I think not.
Deals with like eldritch horrors.
Think you can get
We
away?
love Nintendo! Shake hands. Splatoon with Kirby.
The glazed moon shines. Be cleansed.
Horrifying philosophical nightmares about the nihilism and the meaning of the universe. This game is just one of many following suit with classics like Kirby Star Allies and Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion.
Be gone. Let's play.
Here. Come on, Dex. Through all of this, it's kind of funny to me. Dex is just kind of like, hi. Like all of the little companions we have on these quests have like some kind of personality, and it feels like Dex is just like, hello, I am a child. I am a domain keeper in training. Let's free this guy. Are you okay? Who are you? Oh, it's Astoria! Once more, we return to this place. The last time I came, by human lifespans, it must have been many, many, many generations ago. Looks like we've all been cast back into the Apathic interval. So how do we get out? Well, the usual way is through meditation, learning to master your mind and thoughts and then letting go of every desire. In short, we must maintain a state of complete emptiness. Which is why it's so confusing to me that everybody in the Temple of Space seems so sane. Because if everybody had to go through this state of emptiness and agonizingly, painfully long meditation and basically erasure of the self, how do you all come out like so normal at the end and like, whoa, my head's clearer than it's ever been before, and I still have all my personality, and now I can just focus on the things I like to do. Like, I'm not necessarily sure that's an accurate representation of I was stuck in hell and meditated for 100 years straight while letting go of all of myself and desires. There's a little disconnect there. I think that's the other aspect of this whole Temple of Space story. That's kind of weird. Is like everybody acts eerily normal about all of this, when I would think they were talking about some pretty traumatic kind of situations everyone's been in here. Simply enough said, but depending on a person's nature and the strength of their desires, it can take anywhere from a few years to several centuries. For someone like you who carries the fate of the world on your shoulders, your desires probably can't be cast aside. Nor should they be. Yeah, as I say, the traveler can't afford to lose any memories or desires. We kind of have to get back, and I'm sure Nihilita thought of this before sending us here. Right, Nihilita? Then what do I do? Let's find Zaytland and figure it out from there. What'd you pick up? I love how Dex is like a little dog. Wait, Dex was dragged in as well? In that case, there may yet be a chance to turn this around. Yeah, it was thanks to Dex I was able to rescue you, because I can fight those domain keepers all day, but only Dex can defeat the big cube. Since Dex is also a watcher, it might be able to use the power contained within these fragments to force open a path. We're going to need to give these fragments a name. I've heard of these overwrought coffins. They were set up by one of the temple mistress's sisters. Maranasati caskets, I believe they were called. In which case, let's call the fragments Death Muse shards. I'm sure, once again, that translated over better in the original Chinese. They recall this, so I'm gonna name it this. The Unbroken Sea. Could there really be treasure here? Oh, wow. That's solid. We've been to some pretty creepy places in this game before. This is one of them. Once again, I feel like the red cubes should be a pretty traumatic subject for Ether. You know? And yet, we're just walking, they literally walk up to form the path, just like in the path of the Forgotten Hall when we approached it. I was gonna say, is this in the Apathic interval? No, it's underneath. The memory core? Oh, the casket's back. But where? I don't even see it. Is it above? I don't even see it! Where is it? And which way do I even need to go? Climb up here. Oh! Don't do that. That's not nice of you! How did I do that? Oh my gosh, all this scary eyeball imagery is very scary. Like the use of eyeballs is a very terrifying thing for me in horror. That's why the whole, you know, Columbina and Dottore Stairway to Heaven thing scared me. You know, the if Columbina was a biblically accurate angel thing. Glad that she's not, but now we are meeting the biblically accurate angels, and I'm not liking it. Wait, is in here? No, can't break out whatever's in here like we could with ourselves. Collect death mist shards. How do we even know to navigate this place? I guess Astoria's been here before, but like, how do we even know to come here? The quest marker needs to be here. Alright. Okay. So... okay. Let's be more careful. Let's maybe just be stationary a bit. Jump. We've done lots of these. Okay, apparently I'm not very good at them, but like, we've done lots of these. Look, if that's all it takes to survive in hell is just jumping over some waves, then I would die. I would die very quickly. I would not be cut out for... Are you serious? Oh, you can already grab it. I was like, are we waiting for a certain pattern to happen before we can actually grab this? I was thinking like, you know, the stamp in Splatoon. You have to wait for it to like press down, right? Okay, good. Go, 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 go! Come on, Dex, before I die! Before we die! I don't think we want to die. Venti, here, can you lend a helping hand? Just do this quickly a few times. You know, that's great. And we just do it one more time. Come on, Dex. Dex is hard carrying the team right now, honestly. I'm not very good at this, apparently. Okay. So it's gonna originate from where these blocks fall. Yeah, I was gonna say, the next one's probably gonna fall behind me. I was hitting the jump button. Maybe it's because I'm on iPad too. So now you have to wait for a certain thing in the cycle before it will... Okay, no, you can't do fast. Oh my gosh. That scared me. That scared me after everything. No, you have to be aware of them being behind you. What am I waiting for? Now. Do it now. Dex, do it now. Stretch the block with Dex's... I know, but I can't reach it. How far back does it go? No, Venti! Oh, that one.
Is broken. This is not the end.
I should hope it's not the end. We have a world to save out there. Which way? That way. Okay, so we can... What? This is it. Let's climb to higher ground. Oh. I can pull this up even higher, maybe? Yeah, that one goes 3 blocks high. There we go. And now I should be able to reach it. Go, Dex! Punch it! Yay! And who might this be? That's not Saitland. Who is it? Who's there? Teddy, who belongs to this era. Wow, you've already gotten so good at, you know, how things work around here in the introductions. Ah, well, though I know nothing of your time, my name is Alara. I was once an ascetic of the Age of Silence. I no longer remember how much time has passed since I came here. Even this place has broken my silent cultivation. So it is true. Cultivating a mind without thought or desire leads one to reincarnate in the unthinking heaven of evil. It was nothing. No need to thank me. Well, thanks all the same. The drop of sweat. Yeah, we're in hell, but we're gonna have a funny conversation here. Saving you was more of a spur-of-the-moment thing. That said, we're planning to look for a way out that isn't meditation. Are you not practicing that art? Or is it simply not taught in your era? No, it's just we don't have time for this. The first time I left this place, it took me hundreds of years. I gave up on it my pursuit of truth, and my longing to see my loved ones again. This time, I'm not willing to give any of those up. Ah, well, that makes 2 of us. I think that makes most of us. That's why I really think it would not be that much of an honor to get selected by the God of Space to come here. I think I would rather just die at that point. I like making cute noises for Dex. Dex has picked up another Death Muse shard. Death Muse? Ah, you mean the Maranasati meditation technique. I know of it, and its use in cultivating one's mental state when facing death. Yep. Oh, I see. Of course, Dex knows. Dex knows their way around here.
I'm not sure whose work this was, but this one was hidden quite well.
Okay, I'm gonna, quickly, heal up the team while we're at this. But those are pretty close. So let's just go here. Great. Okay, let's just do this real quick. No? Yes? Uh-oh. Is this one like the stamp? Where it's rolling all around like this? Okay, wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, wait. I gotta take advantage of Nicole's shield. Why have I not been doing that? Hold on, can I not? When the gem was over there, could I not? No, no, no. Okay. Okay, the shield's gone. Shield's gone. Shield's gone. Shield's gone. Remember the shield.
I think not.
Okay, and try to make good use of it. Okay. Try to actually dodge some stuff. Okay. Good. That'll make the shield last longer. Yes, 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 yes. Go, 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 go. Punch it. Punch it, punch it, punch it. Oh my gosh, one more thing. Oh no, what's it gonna do now? Uh-oh. Oh, it's much faster than before. Where is it? I don't even see it! I don't like that. That's pretty scary. No, no, no. Get it, get it, get it. Go, go, go. Just get rid of it now. Come on. Do it, do it. Come on, Dex, save me, please. Oh, there's Zaytland. Thank goodness you're okay. Sort of. Are you alright? I'm fine. I just had a very, very long nightmare. Forget it. Pretend I didn't say that. How long have you been here? See, time doesn't move normally with anything to do with the shade of space. If we were trapped for hundreds of years before, you could have been trapped here for hundreds of years. I can't take it anymore. Why does this keep happening to me? Why is it always me? First Mom and Dad, and now my sister. It's okay. I'm here with you. I know, I'm not angry at you. It's okay. I know it doesn't mean much considering we're still stuck down in hell, but we're with you. I don't know if it's going to be okay, but we're going to get through this together. There's 3 runes on Dex's bracelet. I wonder if they spell Dex. That would be really funny. What has Dex picked up? I call it a Death Muse shard. It must maybe a way to move from death unto life. Well, so far have we been collecting shards, or have we just been able to rescue people that were imprisoned here? Because if so, Dex might not be super accurate. Although it is good to rescue the people that are here, especially our friends. Let's go. Yes, let's. Now that Zaytland's been found, let's try to find a way out. Are you sure we can get out of here by ourselves? Milanta and Nihilita can move within this place freely, and they usually bring people with them, in which case Dex should be able to do the same. Okay, I'm doing a little silly sound. And it's just a peace sign! That's 3 Death Muse shards collected. Oh, so I have been collecting the shards. Though I should say that this is a temporary name, since I have no clue what Dex will be using them for either. What next, Dex? Let's follow its direction. This reminds me also, with the black and red vibes, it's like when we went to fight Iron
I'm not sure
Tomb.
whose work this was, but this one was hidden quite well.
Euphoria storyline. Yeah, that was cool though, jumping and then like the sea rises to meet you. Oh, Auntie, you can come back now. That is good. Now we're gonna be over here. Understood. Alright, you ready? Break the seal. Oh yeah, 3. Rule of 3s. That's what Rue said. Use Vex's ability to clear a path. Look! Something's floating. Uh-oh. If you could help, please. Yep. Send. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't think Melanta's gonna like a hole being put right through that hand. Although I do not know if that is the way out. The only thing we can do now is to take a closer look. Yeah, we don't really have a choice here, so... On the stairs? Stairs. No. Stairway to heaven. Stairway to heaven. I don't like this. Either. Oh no, everything's been turned upside down. No, it's been turned sideways, man. Keep up. Oh, where the butterfly? Is that the exit I see over there? Looks like it's going to be difficult without wings. It's okay, you can be turned to butterflies. To get to the hero's pure land of joy, one must first pass the wall of lament first. And that wall is where no one can climb. Let's go. Uh-oh. Yeah, the hand does not like having a hole put through it. Oh no, please tell me that we didn't go through all that for nothing. Dex can take care of it. Are you sure? How are you so confident? Return to the center of the pillar hall. Watch out! Uh-oh, can we move? We can move! Uh-oh. Can we move fast enough? Dex has a shield. Thank you so much, Dex! Oh my gosh. There's so many situations where it's like, we wouldn't be able to get by without powerful allies by our side. Like Alice. And this is Dex. Thank goodness not all the domain keepers hate us. And some of them want to help. This is terrifying. The music. There's so much I want to just absorb from this. The red. The patterns. The music. It's like a giant hand. This is the true master hand. No, are we gonna run into it? What are we doing? Hello? Dex? I don't like being in the palm of its hand! Come on, Dex! Come on, Dex! Dex was... Oh no! I think we're literally looking at the black hole. Are we out yet? Whoa. Can you tell I'm not familiar with this landscape? Although familiar might not be the right word to use anymore. What an odd color the sky has become. Yeah, there's a few different things here now. Actually, I never got out of the heaven of nothingness. Yeah, I was gonna say, hasn't he been stuck down there? Yes, I know. I've never seen you. Then why would you assume he knows what things look like then? Why would you assume he knows what this place looks like? Dude, what's happening? What's happening? That was probably one of the coolest world-class sequences. And I say that every time. That's just because they keep making cool ones. Wow, okay. That was a lot.
Where did you two go just now? Paimon nearly had a heart attack.
Oh, so Paimon didn't get sent in there, okay.
Paimon was calling your names the whole time.
Why wasn't Paimon dragged into the Apathic interval? True. Paimon. After all these years, the one question we've never really had answered. What is Paimon? Who is Paimon? What is the meaning of Paimon? Why is Paimon? Something tells me we're not going to find that out today, though. Well, maybe because other than eating and sleeping, she doesn't really think about much at all. Oh, so maybe she got out of the Apathic interval really quick. Makes sense. Looks like Melanta really is angry now. Sending Teddy up to face him has become urgent. Let's talk somewhere else. This place isn't exactly safe anymore. Well, I know no one asked, but hello, everyone. My name is Alara. Yeah, you've come at a bad time, Alara. Judgment. Whoa.
A reward on the road.
Final judgment. see. Go to the center of the pillar hall. Although that's not safe anymore either, though. The heaven in the sky set the earth to burn. I know that's not necessarily what that's meaning here, but the sky being red is just... It's a lot. Oh, but here it's still blue. Here everything's still blue. And blue is actually a melancholy color. But in this case, it also means good things, I think. Lind, I can't return you to the human world like this. And yet, once again, I stayed silent out of cowardice. If you go back to the mortal world this way, I know what choice you'll make. We've said all we needed to say. That's all this is.
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't get it. Weren't we talking about how we can manifest the path to the heavens and then teach Milanta a lesson?
Right. See, but you need Paimon to be... You need Paimon to stay innocent. And because of that, Paimon, for once, doesn't get to know what's going on here. But... Historia knows if he sends Zaitlin back, she will probably end her life. That's what's been alluded to this whole time. And it sounds like she's not like Hilda in terms of... I don't necessarily think this journey has filled her with that same longing to live again that it sounds like could have possibly happened to Hilda. And furthermore, it sounds like somebody has to lose their memories in order to ascend the path of the heavens. And then that by going up, can you ever get out again? I don't know how Ether and Paimon are gonna do it, because somehow we're gonna make it out of here without losing our memories. Just for, you know, the story to continue, our plot armor. But it's already pretty clear that in order to get out of here, Zaitlin will lose her memories of this place. Maybe her memories of her life. It's unclear to me if it's only the memories of being in the Temple of Space or all of your memories. But maybe that's for the better in terms of if Historia... Well, I don't know. We're coming back to the Wanderer conversation again. If she loses her memories, maybe she'll also lose the pain that she's been experiencing too. Maybe her suffering will end and her life can start anew. Maybe that's what Historia wants for her. But the whole thing we saw with Wanderer is even if you erase yourself and erase your memories, he was still left with that longing for his old life because that's yours. That's your life. No matter how tragic and horrible it was, without it, you aren't who you are. You are the summation of your experiences, and without them, the meaning of that story is that you are nothing. So what would it mean for Zaitlin to lose her memories and return to the world? Would it cleanse her of the pain and sorrow that she feels now? Or would it just leave her with a different sorrow in place of the sorrow she once experienced? All we can do... It doesn't sound like we have a choice. That's the main thing. This is not like Wanderer's case where he chose to do what he did. There's no choice here. I think all we can do is hope that there's a better life waiting for her on the other side. It's so weird. Crossing from heaven to the real world instead of the other way around. Being reborn again. But that's what this all seems to be about. The one who went to face Milanta for all of us. The one who gave up every last memory was your sister, Lind. Oh, that makes sense. And that's why you're so sure that she might not be dead, but she might have lost her memories. Which means, though, after all the suffering she experienced in her life, she found conviction once more, a reason to keep going forward. To save these people. After losing everything, she still had people left to save. What? Back then, the early signs of Melanta's madness had begun to surface, and many suffered for it. After all, we are not machines, and with lives that stretch on without end, that which we forget will always find its way back. She heard of Melanta's increasingly unreasonable tyranny, saw the many souls who had been cast down by his judgments. I told her to treat everything here as nothing more than an unpleasant glimpse of paradise. No need for anger, no need for sorrow. Since she too had been sent up here by Nihilita, Dex could always send her back. And what would it change, returning just as she was? That's exactly what she said as well. You two really are alike. I've heard that many times before. But she was bright and talkative. You were reserved, steady. That's what many people say too.
Wait, you said this before, didn't you? With the god of the Temple of Space gone, the path to the heavens will vanish after it's been used once. So, are we supposed to take the path Zaitlin's sister left for us?
Oh, are you saying that she already made the sacrifice so that way nobody else has to lose their memories? If that was the case, then my tactical advice would be simple. We rush in and beat the stuffing out of him. Alright, so I'm guessing that's not the case. No one knows what Melanta said to Hilda. But afterwards, in a fit of rage, he severed the path to the heavens that had been formed from your sister's memories. And Hilda has already left this place.
Then, doesn't that mean someone has to give up all their memories again to get us up there? Hey, what about Dex?
You want Dex to lose all his memories? No, you're asking if Dex has a shortcut up there that we don't need to build a stairway, right?
Is it the same species as that baddie?
I love it as the peace sign.
If Melanta can go back and forth, then maybe Dex could do it too if it tried hard enough.
The space separating the atrium of suchness at its highest from the hall of emptiness is called the corridor of nothingness. The corridor's power comes from the temple itself. It is the rule of departure, while the watchers exist to uphold that rule. Dex is only an immature watcher, and lacks the authority to control it. Aww, it's a baby. It's a little baby. It's a very terrifying baby of a terrifying species, but it's a little baby.
Aw, but then what can we do?
I'll offer up my memories.
No, but you...
I've said it before. This happened because of my cowardice. The truths I know, the history, the knowledge, they are too heavy to bear. I hesitated, and Hilda saw right through me. Compared to you, the suffering of an ordinary human life must really just seem like a negligible price.
No, absolutely not. Everyone says you're a treasure to humanity. Let someone else do it. But Teddy and Paimon... we still have some important things to take care of.
Well, that's not right, Paimon. Everyone is equal. Yeah, you can't suggest someone else offer up their memories without being willing to do it yourself. But in this case, we really are too important to lose our memories. Bearing great responsibility is no reason to sacrifice others.
And going around asking who's willing to give up everything they lived through, that doesn't feel right either.
Let me do it. Yeah. I knew it. This is exactly what I was talking about. In which case... So I see, if only one person has to do it, that's how Ether and Paimon will make it out of this without losing their memories. But still... For someone like Zaitlin, it's probably more of a blessing than something lost. But I just hope she doesn't have to suffer in her new life. And maybe it means Hilda was cast out of this place without her memories too. Maybe. Or maybe Melanta killed her. We don't know. We're going to find out. But the entire story has been alluding to this point. that Zaitlin has been looking for a purpose for her life after experiencing so much sorrow and sadness. And I don't want to say it's the good ending. It's not the good ending, but it's a much more fulfilling ending for her than to end her life next to her sister's tombstone back at the sanatorium. That here, at least, she can still save people. She can still save her friends. She can still save this place. That even if whether she physically or metaphorically dies here, at least her life, she was able to fulfill what she wanted to do in the end.
Zaytland?
You're saying the exact same thing your sister did. But this time, I absolutely refuse to accept it. You've been here witnessing history across the ages, seeing every wonder this world has to offer. After all that, doesn't even a tiny part of you feel attached to this world? I think I finally know the answer to that question now. That the most fundamental question of philosophy, which is whether one chooses to go on living tomorrow. You hesitated, and even that brief pause is enough to show the answer's already there. Tomorrow is worth living through. No, Astoria. Wise as you are, you've made 2 mistakes. Enlighten me, please. Why did Nihilita choose my sister? And was it really just coincidence that I was brought here? Your sister said it herself. It was just a coincidence. The sanatorium had announced its closure, but before the relocation, she went for a walk at midnight, and that's when she encountered Nihilita. It wasn't an accident. Listen, when you save yourself, you save the world entire. But if my sister hadn't lost everything she once remembered, she never would have chosen to go on living. Now I understand why I was always sure she was still alive. A life that begins anew is full of hope, surely. And here I recall a passage that I once read in a novel by Karasawa Eiichi. The Savior offered themselves in a world of darkness, willingly bound upon the cross. Only then is their soul redeemed, ascending into the kingdom of light. Isn't that literally the story of Jesus? Isn't that incredible? But I'd say, just the cross part, but there's something even more philosophical about it in Hilda's case. I wouldn't say even more philosophical, I'd say differently philosophical. Isn't that incredible? It means you can heal your own melancholy and save the world at the same time. So, I'm not giving that chance to you. For a second, I almost thought that was Hilda talking. But that's not really her style. Of course not. She doesn't read much. She couldn't quote half the classics half as well as I do. Paimon, Teddy, you're not a lot subject either. Yeah, I already said it earlier, but for her, this is the best ending. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good ending, but it's the only ending where she has a future. Because she's already decided there's no salvation for herself in this life. But if she's able to help others with this life, maybe she'll be reborn anew. Even if it's the same person with different memories, she will be reborn anew with a new future, a new chance to experience things. When I return to the world below with my memories gone, I'll need you to tell me who I am and where I'm meant to go.
Hey, how are we supposed to respond to that? We only just met, and you're already talking about erasing everything and starting over like none of this ever happened.
A story's so good if you forget everything just to experience it again. That's the highest praise there is. You're friends of that caliber, I'd say. Aww. Yeah. It's just a strange parallel, Zaitlin's story and Wanderer's story. insofar as, will she really find peace at the end? Or will she be left longing for whatever it is that's missing in her life? Like Wanderer did. It's a different take on the concept of losing your memories and being reborn anew.
Hey, thanks for trying to lighten the mood, but I'm still getting all teary-eyed.
Oh, she smiled. She smiled. And that's because after all this time, she finally found what she was looking for. Sometimes you find what you're looking for in the strangest places or with the strangest events, but I think she finally found what was missing in the void in her chest all along. Historia, please take us there.
Is there anything else you need to do?
Give me a few moments to prepare. I don't think we have time for that, but sure. Thanks for giving me the option in case I need to switch out my party. No, let's go.